Hi guys, this is my task tool matrix presentation for my Mod Severe classroom. For reading, I have provided the little visual of the ones I do use in the classroom. We have been doing a lot of flashcards though, and we've been using these so they can learn their high frequency words, their sight words. And we'll do this during a small group instruction or during one-on-one. To help build phonemic awareness, we have been doing the Elkinen boxes, and these help by focusing on segmenting and blending the sounds in words. And we'll do these also in a small group instruction, or sometimes usually it's like during a one-on-one instruction, like during their IEP goals. So for writing, we use the highlighters and the tracing paper. These seem to be the most preferred by myself and my staff. And we'll do the highlighter. Hopefully, eventually they're able to copy. But for now, the highlighter has helped, and we'll do this one when we're working like in a small group. Some of my students do require hand over hand even with the highlighter. The tracing paper, I do love. We'll do it often, like we'll do it every day, especially for my friends who are working on writing their letters, their numbers, or words. So these are my two preferred. For math, I do a lot of Nearpod, and I'm enjoying it, and I can tell my students are enjoying it. I will usually upload a form or like a worksheet to Nearpod, and I'll also print it out, and I'll have my students follow along, and we'll count together, and we'll fill in like the missing number. They really like this, and they'll follow along just great. So we'll do this obviously on the smartboard. So this has been helping a lot, and all the class, even my aides, we're all liking the Nearpod. We do a lot of manipulatives, and we'll do these usually on a one-on-one, or we'll do them during a small group instruction. And we have a variety of them too. We have bears, we have dinosaurs, we have airplanes. We usually try to have whatever our students like at that moment, and we use them for counting. So these are my two preferred right now. For social studies, I've been using ULS. And I really like the ULS News to You because it has news from around the world, and I usually try to pick the ones I think my students will be engaged with, and they are interested in. So I'll print it out, and we'll do them. We'll follow along, and we'll circle the answer. And ULS is aligned with the Common Core standards. So we do this every day. For science, I also do the ULS News to You on the smartboard, and they really like it. It's very engaging. I'll have them come up when we at the end of the news story. And they can click on the answer, and it's like, oh, ding, and they really like it, or they can circle their answer as well. They really like the ULS, and I usually try to find something that has to do with science. So I will continue using it. It's been great. For social skills, I do zones of regulation, and I do these in the morning. I'll have them check in during our morning circle, and I'll have each one of them come up and circle what zone they're in that morning. And I think it's been working. I have this particular student who will scream and yell, and but when she's happy, she'll say, I'm in the green zone. And when she does yell, we'll remind her like, oh, I think you're in the red zone. How do we get to the green zone? So it's been great since I've been introduced it, and it's only been a little under 2 months. So I think it's been great so far. Social stories also help my students. The great thing about the social stories is that with ULS, you can actually use their visuals and you can create your own. And so we've been using them, and we have a particular one with I use my hands. So for my students who will hit. So we'll do those often, especially when some of my students are exhibiting like the more maladaptive behavior. And so yes, these are the tools I use in my classroom. Thank you.